everybody. Welcome to the Tea Party Podcast. This is the official episode number 1. I am the person behind the Instagram account Thrifty Maniac, and I'm here with my good friend, the mind behind Costanza's Closet.
Woo! What's up? What's up? Happy to be here. Talk
Yes, sir.
about t-shirts and shit.
Yep. So the whole idea behind this was that we wanted to flesh out some conversations. A lot of stuff that we've been seeing on Instagram in the shirt world, like a lot of different conversations that people are posting in their DMs or their Instagram stories about the market. So that's one major thing we wanted to get together and talk about. But this is just a space for us to talk about t-shirt related things, the content behind the shirts, like animes, music, whatever we really feel like doing. So Costanzas, you want to tell me what shirt you got on right now?
Right now I got the Oscar Ray tee, the Evangelion I got from the trade from you. It's like one of my favorite tees, hands down.
That one might be my favorite out of all of them too.
Really?
Just because I love Asuka so much. Yeah.
I thought you liked the trio or Shinji.
No, I like Shinji a lot, but I end up wearing that one the most with the two of them.
I like the Shinji solo a lot because his suit is actually purple. I don't think in the show it was ever purple.
Yeah, it was
It
blue,
was always
right?
blue, yeah, but the purple fits with the white so well. That's like my favorite colorway combo. It's like the Frieza colorway.
Yep. Yeah, the colors on that one pop really good. If you're into matching, you could wear your Frieza Jordan 1s with
Dude,
the
core
Shinji
purple,
solo.
yeah.
Yeah. So I've got on the Ghost in the Shell shirt from
Of
Shout Out 50
course.
Tings. Yeah.
course.
Well, this shirt's weird because I can't we've all only seen it that one time on eBay.
Yeah.
And there's no date on it, there's no tag, but it's got the manga entertainment logo.
Oh, that means it's 100% legit. Maybe it was like an employee T-shirt.
That would be insane.
That it could be that because I have like old VHS tapes with like manga entertainment advertisements for buying T-shirts and stuff, and I have never seen that one. They just have the poster
Right.
print.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the manga entertainment sleeve hit one. And Ethereal told me he sold his to some guy in Japan, so I'm probably never, or Malaysia or something, so I'm probably never going to see that one again.
It should be like somewhat common. I think manga was like, I guess because it was mail order, maybe it wasn't that common. Like they didn't have it in store and stuff.
Right.
You had to like do mail order, and I don't think like quote unquote weebs were like really into showing off that they were like into anime in the 90s.
Can we talk about that term quickly? Because shout out to Guts Grails, but in his Instagram story the other day, he was going off on some resellers, and the guy just kept calling him a weeb.
Yeah, it's like a negative term for people who don't watch anime. That they use that to call people who watch anime weebs. I don't know why. Cause like
All right.
I don't know. That's what I think.
It's like, okay, whatever, guy.
Yeah, whatever, guy. It's like an insult, but it's weird.
I feel like more than ever, anime has been widely accepted than any other time. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I think Otaku Bell joked about it in the past. The reason all of the early 2000 shirts are back prints is so that people could hide the print with their backpack at school.
I think he's dead on that. 100%.
Yeah. Because it wasn't cool to be in anime back then. You had to hide it.
Yeah, it's like very sad to see like the sick Gundam tees. It's all back prints, and like some people love back prints.
Yeah.
Like they only wear back prints, which I don't personally like get because I want to show off to everyone on the street I'm wearing
Right.
like a hentai shirt or a fucking Ghost in the Shell Akira. So like
Right,
they'll be
it's
like,
not-
"Oh, that's cool. Let me like look that up."
It's not about subtlety.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get that attention.
Yep. I mean, you know me. That's how I really got started on the anime shirts was the Gundam ones. Once I had some of those in my possession, I was like, holy shit, they made all of these shirts for all of these shows that I used to watch. Because I didn't even know they existed. So it was the floodgates for me.
Yeah, that's how I found your page. I saw like your Heavy Arms one, and I have never seen that one before.
Yep.
It was like collecting Pokemon cards. You're like, what the fuck? This existed?
Yeah.
It's
That's
like, I was just gonna say it's like completing the Infinity Gauntlet, and you did that.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, and that's kind of my driving force behind the whole thing. Like some people are into the vintage space because they want to resell or they want to
Mm.
make money or like collect like connect them with this nostalgia that they had in the past. But for me, it's that, but it's also I just always have loved collecting shit. Like the Gundam action figures was one of the first things I ever collected as a kid, or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like now I collect shirts, and with the anime ones, we know most of them that exist for certain shows. Like
Hmm.
for Princess Mononoke, we know most of them that are out there. We think there's like six or seven.
Yeah,
So with Marvel shirts, I had to
there's
like
infinite. There's
yeah,
infinite.
pick my lane because there's a new one like every single week.
And like the really sick ones, there's like one out of one. Like you never see it again. And it's either J Valley has it or Marvel Trading Post has it, and like the big heads all have it, and they'll never let it go unless you give them crazy trade offers because they don't care about money that much.
Right. And I feel like that's how it is with a lot of the people that have large collections.
Mm.
They know how much time and effort goes into finding this stuff,
Hmm.
and you can make money doing anything, you know? It doesn't have to be selling shirts, so the money doesn't go as far.
Yeah, I think also with this market right now, it's just like so crazy that like you all like people think more than ever like, will I ever see this shirt again for this like the price I got it for or like the trade I got it for.
Yeah, and there's I feel like everyone's kind of reminiscing on the simpler times when they picked up
Yeah,
a Marvel tee for $50 or they picked up like a Evangelion tee for like $100
dude,
and
40 bucks on Depop like 2 years
yeah.
ago. It was crazy.
I think people need to kind of let that go though because that's never coming back.
Yeah, 100%. I think people like it's just the way it is. Like especially right now with the world situation, people are more at home, online. So the market is definitely at its highest right now with like government checks and unemployment. So people just have more time sniping or going on eBay. Like I remember Etsy used to have so many vintage anime shirts, and I didn't like them that much. They're like $60, and it's like barren. There's
Yeah.
nothing available. It's
eBay and
crazy.
Etsy are like a desolate post-apocalyptic world now, it seems like.
And like everything's on bid on eBay right now, and they always start super low, like $30, because they know it's gonna go on a bid war and go up to like
Yep.
a K, which is crazy. I'm like,
Did
fuck.
you see that Scarlet Spider I sent you is already up to 400?
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. And it's like a double XL, which is like not a sought after size, you
I
know?
know. I
Like
bet it's Von Doom and Addict and Cerebro and those dudes all going at it right
proud. I mean,
now.
I think Cerebro got the Morbius Spider-Man one, which is
He
sick.
did.
He
Yep.
did? That was
Yeah.
like 900 to a K, I think. That's
Yep, he paid
crazy.
like I think 900 after taxes, he said. So
I mean,
that's one of those shirts though, and he collects the Heather
oh,
Gray.
and the Spidey. He's like the Spidey guy.
Yeah.
He should be Spider-Man vintage. But
All of
Cerebro's
the
cool.
yeah, seriously. The all of the Gildan tags that Spidey's on, those are all gems. Like
Mm,
all of the shirts that I've ever seen on that tag from Marvel are A plus.
yeah,
So there's
that's crazy.
the Doctor Strange with Elektra, and then his Venom Carnage one.
Oh
I
my
think
god, the Electras, dude. I'm so jealous of Chris for that. It's
yeah, he's
crazy.
got the best Elektra collection.
I tried so hard trading, man. I tried so hard, but he
I
wouldn't
can't
get
trade
it.
with those dudes. It doesn't nothing ever gets done.
Yeah, that's true. They themselves try trading for like 4 hours and nothing gets done.
Yeah.
I
That
wa-
was a fun live to watch though. I was eating that up.
Oh, did you watch that one? That was like
Yep.
like 6 months ago or something. It was like
Yeah.
literally 3 hours.
I was talking to Steven the other day and I was like we were talking about that trade actually, and he said that he regrets letting go of his rogue and his bad to the bone. And I was like, dude, I told you in the live that that was a bad idea. I don't know what you were doing.
And Felicia's, both
Yeah.
Felicia's, dude. He had the set, the Carnage one and the Venom one. Damn.
If he hears this, he's gonna be tight.
No one's listening. This is just for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, the market's crazy, and like people were posting on stories like the big guys, just like I guess yeah, reminiscing. I think it's just the way it is, man. Like I don't think it's ever gonna go down because the supply is so low.
Hmm.
because this stuff wasn't that big in the 90s and they only sold so much.
Right.
And they're all like screen printed, so that's even harder to do nowadays, like the quality they had back then and the
Hmm.
blanks they had. Um so like I think yeah, people just got to get lucky sniping. That's the way it is. On Instagram, eBay, maybe Etsy. Grailed is okay. I got some good deals on Grailed.
Yeah. Yep. I've gotten a couple things off of there. I think the the notion I've seen on Instagram stories before, people talking about how they don't want someone to charge a big price for something that they don't consider rare
Mm.
because they've seen it so often. But we have to realize that this little like shirt section of the internet that we live in is a couple thousand people, maybe a
Yeah,
couple hundred, like
probably yeah.
that we really engage with. I only follow accounts that post like shirts of the content that I'm trying to collect. And it's not like an ego thing. I'm just like really trying to narrow my focus so that the stuff that I'm seeing is directly related to my collection. And maybe one or two or three of these people have some of these shirts, and that's how it exists throughout like
Mhm.
all of the internet. Like
Mhm.
we're all trying to find this stuff every day and trying to get more creative about finding it, and we still can't find some of this stuff. So the notion that this stuff isn't rare, I think, is not true. I think it's
Yeah, I think
we live in a
yeah.
vacuum.
100%. Like and like vintage anime is such a specifically anime or Marvel. It's like such a small portion of vintage that like you can always find other vintage.
Yep.
And like anime and Marvel was super niche in the 90s, so they didn't make too many. So the supply is super low and I think if you really want it, that's why the price is so high and these resellers know it. And I think you should sell the tea whatever you're comfortable letting it go. Some people do tax, like people do tax, they're assholes.
Hmm.
But it's just the way it is and like I don't know, just don't support them, you know? It'll just sit there
Yep.
forever. But
I
some
mean, and that's
mm,
sorry, go
No,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, but like, don't hate on someone who's gonna pay up for like $600 for a Akira shirt because like they really want it. You know, like
Hmm.
it's just they're willing to spend that money.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if people are buying it to keep it, they can pay whatever they want. You know what I mean? But if you're paying up for something that you don't even know what it is and your plan, your only intention is to resell it, that's what everyone's upset about. Like that's the toxicity of the inflated prices because people are passing around the same shirt like three or four times and $100 is getting tacked on every time. And then it eventually gets raffled for like $1,000. That's what I think is the most toxic part about the reseller market. But paying up for a shirt that you want, like when I got my first Ghost in the Shell, that was the most I had ever paid for any shirt. And I realized I love it so much more than all of this other stuff. So if I sold some other things to put the money towards this, then it would be so much more worth my time. And I plan on keeping them. You know what I mean? Like I didn't buy it with the intention of making $200 off of it. I just collect this shit.
Yeah, 100%. Like me and you, we're both collectors, more or less. We like resell some stuff, but like it's stuff that's not in our rotation anymore. And like I live in New York City, which is like small apartments. So there's only so much space I have, and I don't mind letting go of this stuff.
Right. Yeah, there are people out there that'll enjoy stuff more if it's not in your rotation. Like I have too many shirts, but
Yeah, yeah, hundred
I love
percent.
them too much to let them go sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And I think like with that, because the prices are so high right now, bootlegs has been the next step in the market right now. It's
Hmm.
there's like I would say like six big people doing it, more or less. I think.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
think, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, and like recently, like this past couple months, I've seen a lot of '90s, supposedly '90s Hanes heavyweight, like Akira Mononoke bootlegs pop out, which is like crazy, and they're being like bought for like $400, which
Yeah.
which I think they're like, even like the Ghost in the Shell blue one, like that one's not dated. I saw that when Shirt Senpai posted it like a couple years ago.
The beefy tag one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
always on the Hanes Beefy, and I was like looking through printing my boots on shirts,
Hmm.
and Hanes Beefy like blanks are very available, like the Screen Star blanks.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think they're either, and they're always like one color screen print.
Yep.
You know, they're either like black or white. A lot like the Akira ones are just white color.
And it's really tough to date this stuff because they look old, you know? Like some of the prints have wear to them, so it looks like they could have been printed a while ago. But when we don't have any like documented history on this stuff because it's bootleg,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it hard to identify. Like for me as a collector, I want to know the history behind it and what it is. Like, am I buying a bootleg that was maybe created like 10 years ago, but it's on a vintage blank
Mm-hmm.
and someone wore it a lot? Like, that's cool, that's fine, but the history behind it is important as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't want to pay $400 for a vintage or like a new bootleg that says it's vintage, but it's not, because it doesn't feel like it's part of history yet. Maybe in like 20 years it will be.
Yeah.
Because it'll be cool if it's from the 90s, you know, that's like someone made this in their garage. But
Hmm.
also, it being one color just seems not legitimate to me. Because back then, like, people would, like, they didn't have DTG, or it wasn't like that prominent or that high quality at it like it is today. So they would just screen print because it was just better quality.
Hmm. Yeah, and there were a lot more elaborate and crazy screen prints back in the day
Mm.
than you see now.
Yeah, 100%. Like the Akira one, the Tetsuo, the arm, like that's all screen printed, I think.
Yeah.
Like like if you look at the details on the arm, it's fucking insane.
Dude, and some of these Ghost in the Shell shirts, like even the backgrounds with the cityscape, there's so much going on in
It's
those shirts.
insane, dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like that was like one of my favorite tees. I always like once in a while when I see a sick tee and I want to trade for, I contemplate trading that one, but I'm like I can't. I like
Yeah.
traded a lot to Shady Thrifts. Shout out Shady to get that tee, and like that will never leave my collection.
You ever want to size that one up, or are you cool with the medium?
It's like it's a Delta tag medium, and it's like the weird one where honestly fits like LXL. So maybe
That
I'll.
tag is so weird because the Mononoke you gave me is a medium too, and it fits between large XL.
Yeah, I know. It's like maybe it was like a factory error, or maybe someone wore it so much or stretched it over time that like it just got bigger and bigger. You know, that's my
Well,
guess.
and then I had another one of those poster promos for Ghost in the Shell. I've had six of them total, but this was the one that was on that same Delta tag, that the Mononoke and the one that you have,
Hmm.
and it was a 2XL. And it was like 25 by 30. So I still liked to wear it like a lot, but I was
Okay.
imagining when I bought it that it would be like 33 inches by like 27 or something crazy because that tag always runs big. And the guy I got it from told me he didn't have a tape measure. I thought I was getting scammed the whole time. It was just a really weird transaction. I don't know if I told you about that,
No,
but
no,
he
no.
like he shipped it and said he didn't have a tracking number. I like
Oh, I hate
paid
that. I
I
hate
paid
that.
his I paid him and he was like, for some reason my invoice isn't working. And then he's like, can you send it? So I invoiced him and he said, I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't even have access to that PayPal account. Can you send it like through Cash App? And I said, absolutely not. And he gave me his friend's PayPal to pay him. So I paid goods and services through his friend's PayPal. And then he shipped it. And it said it was delivered, but I swear to God it was not in the mailroom. Like the carrier must have had a mistake or something and it showed up the next day. I
Oh,
thought I was getting scammed
dude.
the whole time.
I
Like
would be so like my heart would be racing.
I was pissed. And I got it for like $250, which was a
That's a
good
great
deal even
price.
back then. Yeah. Before they were $500.
That's
That
what.
shirt in specific, man, that one's been going up.
Oh
Like,
yeah, and it's like uncommon now. I don't see it that much on sale. Like ghost shirts are like harder to find now, and like
it's
even
because I have them all.
yeah, that's true. And like the manga prints were recently on eBay, like all of them. This guy put it up, and they all each sold for like 300, which was crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Cause like 4 months ago, there was like one sitting on Grailed for like 300. Not even four, like 3 months ago. I think it was January. Yeah, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Um, and it was sitting for 300, and I offered the guy 150. I thought he wouldn't accept it, and he's like, and he's from Malaysia, 150 shipped. I'm like, okay. He was like, okay. I was like, damn. I should have asked for
Score.
100. I should have
Yeah,
frugal more.
dude, the Malaysian sellers on Etsy, anytime you want something, lowball them and they'll probably take it. I swear to God.
Yeah, 100%. I think food's cheap there. You know, food's expensive
Yeah.
in America.
Oh man, in the Philippines you can eat like a feast for like 6 people for $40.
Dude,
Like,
same in Iran, dude. It's like
yeah,
food is like the most necessary thing you need in life, other than oxygen, and it's like cheap everywhere except in America.
yeah. It's facts, big facts.
I at least takeout. Like, you know, you could get deals like grocery shopping and stuff, but like
Hmm.
takeout's so expensive in New York City, it's just not worth it.
Have you been trying to cook a lot in these strange
Oh
times?
yeah, 100%. Mainly my girlfriend cooks, and she doesn't want me to help her. So I just wash the dishes to like
There you go.
balance it
That's a
out.
good setup.
Yeah.
We've been cooking a lot, but also like when we live above a global market, so there's
Mm.
a lot of restaurants in like the basement of our building, and they're all local and small, and we're trying to do our part in making sure that they survive as a business. But that's like a double-edged sword because we're like we're supporting local business, but really we're just like eating out all the time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. 100%. It's
double-edged sword.
it's good to support, yeah, 100%. I we do take out like once a week maybe.
That's another interesting thing about the market, like the reselling of shirts and their survival of businesses. I would, if I were doing this full time, like selling shirts, I would be so just stressed out right now. Like sourcing must be so hard.
Dude, it's like, yeah, you gotta buy like in bulk or get lucky finding obscure stuff or just like raffles, man.
Yeah.
I know. Luis, that's like Luis. He does a lot of raffles, and he
Yep.
got, I think he got the Spider-Man shirt for 300, the black one from Gene. Shout out
Hmm.
Vintage Gene, the homie. Uh, and he was like basically raffling it for 400. It was just like the little profit. Okay, it's not that little. $100 is pretty nice.
Yeah.
But like he
It's like
sells it out, you know. Like people manage like the virtual flea with 1980 something code. That's like that was so fun. I haven't
Yeah, I
like,
love watching those.
dude, I haven't like wasted not wasted, but like a Sunday go by. The last time that happened was watching football with my friends in college, just like fantasy football, just watching every fucking game,
Right.
and that was like 8 hours.
Yeah, I think it was not this last Sunday, but the one before. I spent like similar, like 4 hours just watching all of those. I didn't buy anything.
Oh,
I
you
just watched the
didn't?
whole thing. No,
I spent like $300, I think. Yeah, around
there you
there.
go. Yeah, and it's great for these sellers. Like I'm sure I could go on there and sell a bunch of the stuff that's been sitting in my pile
Mm.
for a long time. You know, I feel like he has a 1980 Co has a big following, and that's a lot of exposure for accounts is to get in that virtual flea.
Oh, 100%. Like Brody's Double Vintage. Is that his name?
Brody's Vintage.
Brody's Vintage. Yeah, yeah. Like
Yep.
he was on it and he killed it. He was like the most. I think he went on as a guest, like impromptu guest, and like he
Hmm.
killed it. Like everyone loved him, and he got more exposure for it, which is awesome.
Dude, that's my man Dev.
Yeah, he
We
went.
we like started our accounts at the same time, and we were trading Bulls tees back in the day. And he is the homie. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's hella cool. He sourced me some blanks for like
Yep,
pretty good price.
yep. He's got a good rap tee collection, good sports collection. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, speaking of bootlegs, in the market, like Mexican bootlegs like popped off like last year, I think. Around there, would you say?
Yeah, probably around there.
And like I remember it popped off and like I was like, "What is this?" And I looked at the tag and it came from like Mexico. It's like like imagine it's like a Gildan tag for Mexico.
Hmm.
And like some companies were just like, "Oh, anime is so big right now on eBay, like selling out for like $300, $400. Let's make these." But like I
It's
think,
got to be the same place too, because it's all that same style with the big front
yeah,
print in color and then the same print in black and white or a different print in black and white on the back.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like I think when it came out, people didn't know it was vintage or not vintage, and they're like spending like $100 on a tee, and like
Well,
I've
it's
yeah,
starting to
yeah,
catch on for people that like people were just looking at tags. So
mm,
even just making a new shirt that had a tag on it, I think was tricking some people into thinking like, "Oh, this must be old. I've never seen this tag before," you know?
yeah, 100%. And like speaking of tags, I think you watched it too, right? From Sales from the Crypt talked about like vintage anime tags versus non-vintage anime tags.
Yes, yeah, that was a great story. Like I I watched the whole thing. I think people had a lot of opinions about it, and I talked to him about it for like a good little while about that 2002 Delta tag.
Mm.
And he had a gripe too with the it was the same tag, but there's two Ghost in the Shell prints. It's the one with like the whole Section 9 like team on the front, like with the panels in the middle. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that one, yeah,
Yeah, and then the other one with the Puppet Master and the tank.
yeah. Mm.
Those shirts were only produced on that tag, and that was the only time they ever made them.
Mm.
And he's saying that that tag was in 2002, and he's like, people are presenting these as vintage shirts, and they're not 1995 remakes. But I don't know if that matters, and I don't know if people care. Like, to my knowledge, the people that have owned those shirts know that it's a newer run, but that doesn't take away from it in my eyes. Like, I still want it, even though it's from 2002 or whatever year that that tag was used.
Yeah, 100%. Like I think because it's like the original licensed production of the shirt from like when it came out by Manga Entertainment or whatever, it's like legitimate quote unquote vintage to me. Like it's like legit from that time. It's not like a Hot Topic T-shirt or yeah, it's not like a TJ Maxx T-shirt. I'm down to spend that much money on it because it's like legit. Like it's from someone who got the license from that time. And 18 years ago is a pretty long time ago. Like even 2002. To me, that's like borderline getting to vintage. Like,
Right.
is there like a law, like law of vintage?
They say it's 20 years. That's the like
Really?
the Webster's definition, I think,
Oh,
if you look
really?
it up.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
almost
it's
there,
20.
dude. Like in like 20 years, like everyone's bootlegs are gonna be quote unquote vintage.
And yeah, and he thinks that people are paying up not knowing
Mm.
that these things are from 2002. Like they might think that they're original productions, but I mean, I was under the impression that people knew the difference in the tags and that it just
They didn't
didn't matter.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just again, it's like the original, so they're not buying like a Hong Kong reprint for like $20. They're paying like $300 to $400 for like the original, which is like still special. Like I think specifically for him, he's very obsessed with the tags. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
so like like he was really into Fashion Victim,
Yep.
and he showed like an Akira and a Ghost in the Shell one. And if you only want Fashion Victim, that's mainly on Akira, Evangelion, maybe Ghost. I don't think Ghost did Fashion Victim. Did they?
Yeah, they did. They
Oh,
a
okay.
ton of them are. I could tell you all of them that are on Fashion
Yeah.
Victim.
So like you'll miss out on like Wicked City. That's like like all the Screen Star 2000 pieces. Those are so sick.
Yeah, the Screen Star 2000 is one of the best tags. They make the best shirts,
Best anime
hands down.
shirts. Best
Yeah.
anime shirts. Because they made
Yes.
the Silver Surfer one, which looked ugly as hell.
Oh, I wish we like this was a video just so we could show that Silver Surfer shirt because
Yeah,
it
I
was
gotta
terrible.
find it. It's like deep in Instagram. I don't think I can find
It's
it.
like one of the worst Marvel shirts. Is the only miss from that tag. Like the Metal Gear Solid shirt on that tag was
Dude,
gas.
oh my god,
The
yeah.
all of the anime ones, like the video game ones,
Dude, yeah, the video
all
game
of
ones.
my Final Fantasy 8 shirts are on that tag.
Yeah, hundred
Like
percent,
those are
dude.
all awesome. Like
Dude, I need the Evangelion ones. The Misato, oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
oh
a
God.
that's a 2000 shirt that could sell easily for $900.
Oh, for sure. And Takumi got his for like 300 dead stock.
That's a
I'm,
steal, dude. There's one
I'm
on
still pissed about that.
Depop, and the guy has, I think it's a medium, but like their mediums kind of fit like a large,
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
and I could like stretch it out to make it wider easily. Um, yeah, the guy told me he's trying to trade it for a small, and he's like, I got an offer for 800, and I said no. I'm like, damn, okay, this guy really likes it.
Well, he originally posted it for 450 or 500 or something, thinking that someone wouldn't buy it because he was
Oh, and
just
someone
looking for
bought it.
trades. And someone bought it, so he had to relist it and refund the person. Like
That's
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 hilarious.
hilarious, dude.
Shout out Johnny Wong, but I know he has some of his Evangelion tees up on Depop with like the price of
Yeah,
$666,
yeah, I've seen that.
just so that he can like drive traffic to his page, like and show people his collection. How far off are we from someone actually like buying that for that price? I feel like with the way that things have been going up, someone might get the stimulus check and just be like, "All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
spend half of it on this Evangelion tee now." Like,
dude. And like Stimulus Check Part 2 might come out if like the country or most of the country's still closed. So like it's gonna even worse. It's gonna.
yeah, throw another 2 grand in people's pockets and see what they buy.
I mean, it's definitely like a seller's market right now, and not a buyer's market. It's like real
Well,
estate.
yeah, I was wondering, like, I thought people would be struggling for cash and would sell like a bunch of the stuff that they've been holding on to, and it would be a really good time to buy out people's collections. But everyone is hoarding everything right now, I feel like, including me. Like, I'm not
Oh
selling
yeah,
much at all. So,
I'm done straight up selling my like quote unquote grails. I hate using that word, but like the grails in the community
yeah,
because like I feel like cash you could always get money back. It's just about how many hours you put in the work or what you like get lucky. You can win the lottery or some shit, but
yeah,
but like it's probably like harder to get that Mononoke tea back or that Ghost tea back or that Akira tea back. It's just like I always ask myself, will I ever see this T-shirt again? I think PB brought that up, or like one of the guests on her podcast.
yep,
Like, will I ever see this shirt again? And if it's nowadays, it's usually no.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay, I'll let my T-shirt go if you give me like something sick. So like an
right,
eye for an eye kind of deal.
yep. And that's been a whole interesting thing for the people that are active in the collecting world and the Instagram world, where people are going after shirts just for the sole reason of knowing that it could be trade bait for someone to get something else that they want.
Dude, that's what I do.
Like you've done it, I've done it. Like like I know like Cerebro likes Spider-Man, so if I get a good Spider-Man, maybe I can trade him for something that he has, like
Exactly, yeah.
etc. Like whoever it is that has that niche, like I'm sure if someone was like,
Get hentai tees from Otaku Bill.
"Yep, exactly. Yeah, these tees,
Oh, these
I'm gonna
tees.
get some 2099 Spider-Mans." Like,
Damn, he will really wanted my Mezzo Forte tee. I got lucky in a trade. I traded him my Mezzo Forte. Shouts out these tees. Uh, he's like us. He likes anime and Marvel, and I got an Akira pill tee for the 2000 manga Ghost in the Shell tee plus a Mezzo Forte, which I was so hyped about.
yeah, that, and then you got rid of the Pilty, right?
Yeah, because someone like came with the Kaneda one, like the face one, and I'm like, dude, I never see this shirt. I only saw it on Yachts' post like a year ago, and back then he was charging like 400, 500 for it, and that was too much for me. And I was like, dude, I'll never see this tee. It's an XL too, so I was like, fuck
Yeah.
no.
Dude, my perception of value for t-shirts has been so skewed ever since I got on Instagram. Like, $60 was a lot when I first
Dude,
started,
yeah,
and it's just all fucked up now.
yeah, but
Like, I back in the day, Cerebro and Chris, like Addict, were offering me shirts that I wanted for like $200, and I'm like,
mm,
that's out of control. I will never pay $200 for a shirt. And then,
dead ass.
yeah, now I'm a lunatic. So
What's like the max most you spent on a tee?
the most I've ever,
Yeah, ever.
620.
On what tee?
the Motoko half skeleton face.
Oh, did you get it via Instagram or eBay?
Dude posted it on eBay for
Oh
$980.
yeah, dang.
And I sent him like a $500 offer, and we kept going back and forth in increments of 50. And then when I had like one offer left, I messaged him and I said, "Hey, I don't want to waste my last offer, but would you meet me at this price?" And he's like, "Do you have Instagram?" And then we ended up just doing the deal over PayPal on Instagram, so that worked out perfect. But um, that's definitely worth it. And I know that Atelier, I don't know how to say his name, but
Atelier?
yeah,
Yeah.
he had that shirt too in a medium, and said he'd sell it to me for 700.
Damn,
And
dude.
yeah, the
That's
one I got
crazy.
was a large, and then Forrest got hers from Espionage, and we size swapped, so it just ended up working out.
Shouts out Forrest.
Yep. Shouts out Forrest. She has all of the manga prints
She
too.
has a crazy collection. She has the
Hmm.
Sailor Moon I
Yeah, all
want.
of her Sailor Moons. Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. That's like the grail Sailor Moon I want.
She is like the definition of a collector, though. Like, she's not in it to swap or sell or anything. She just
Or
wants.
she's like PB in the sense like she won't really trade either unless it's like a size swap.
Yep.
Because I think I offered like a lot for the Sailor Moon, but she's like, nah, I'm not looking to trade. It's like, damn. All right.
She's someone that knows she won't see something again. I don't know. Where did Anime Tees get his of
Uh,
that print that you want?
I'm not sure. I think he told me he got it for like 300 somewhere. He just got
Or was it on
lucky.
Mercari?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Mercari, I feel like the deals are crazy. But
I
there's,
always miss.
dude,
Like, I've never gotten anything on there.
it's not like eBay where like it's easy to find shit. It's just I already have my safe searches or like Etsy. It has like a cleaner interface. Mercari is just like so trash, and they always show the sold listings like in your face, and it's so
Yeah,
demeaning.
they just leave them up forever.
Dude, I'm like, fuck you, dude. I don't care that someone bought this mega print for $20.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It at least keeps the market low, like in that bubble, the
Kind of. I
bubble of
guess kind
Mercari.
of.
Like,
Yeah, that's
if
true.
someone is like trying to proxy their stuff by looking at the sold listings on Mercari, then at least the prices will stay low.
That's true. The prices there aren't like taxing. Except some people post like Akira poster print tees for like a K.
Yeah,
It's
I think I
ridiculous.
saw the first time I ever got like privy to that app in general was Astro Man. Shout out Astro.
Yeah.
Got a cable tee on there for like $40, and I was losing
Damn.
my mind.
Is it the
And
beard one?
then I don't remember which one it was. I think I've only seen it that one time because there are a bunch of like cable solo prints out there.
Oh yeah. He's so popular.
Yeah, and um, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. We can edit that out.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, the most I've spent on a tee was 550 from I think. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, maybe like trade
For what?
value. Trade value, I spent more on like couple tees, but like straight up like cash, it was 550 to yachts for the Matrix Ghost and Shell that I traded you.
Really?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I
most.
remember you telling me that actually, and I was like, damn, that's way too much.
I
But
think I just bought it for this. I'm not in love with that print, and I bought it for just to because I love Ghost and Shell,
right.
and just to have it and potentially trade it,
Yep.
And like that's
Did,
what literally happened a week after I got it. I just
well, you
traded it to
picked
you.
up that and the Mononoke in like the same day or
The
couple
same. No, it's
days.
like yeah, a couple of days, and like he gave me a good deal on Mononoke because I spent a lot on the other one,
Yeah.
and I
He's
was
like,
like, yeah, I just didn't give
he
a
felt bad
shit.
for you or something.
Yeah, I think I had a good week bartending or something, so I was like, fuck it, let me just like late night shopping. I'm like, fuck it, let's just send it.
I was shocked that you let me get both of those, but I did give you a lot of stuff.
I
So,
So like I'm always down to trade as long as I have one. And like shouts out Ethereal for hooking it up on that Mononoke. I've been offered a lot of money for that, especially from Japanese guys. They're like, "Yo, you want like 1,200 for that Mononoke?" I'm like, "No, dude, that's like going in the grave with me. Like I'm gonna
yeah,
be
that guy,
buried
that
in
same,
it."
we might be talking about the same dude, but he slid in my DM doing the same thing. He did the same thing to PB because she has that white poster print as well.
No, no, yeah, he wanted the poster print. There was another guy who
Yeah.
wanted the San one with the Moro.
Yeah.
And no, but the other guy, yeah, the guy was like bothering me. I'm like, go bother Thrifty Maniac.
Yeah,
I
man,
don't
if the
have it
Japanese
anymore.
economy stays strong and the US keeps tanking, then that's where you should invest some money is in Mononoke
Wow,
t-shirts.
no KTs, dude, it's crazy. But like, yeah, Ethereal like hooked it up on that one. I did like I love cash plus trades because I don't
Hmm.
want to hoard all my T-shirts. I'm like, all right, I'll give you like $200 or 250, I think. I forgot. Plus the Japanese Mononoke tee for that one, the one I have. And he said yes, and it was like, fuck yeah.
Is it the one with the like at the end of the movie where they're holding up the head
Yeah, yeah, that
and it's
one with the
yellow?
back.
Yeah.
I got that for steal from a Japanese auction for like $20, and like probably like 40 shipped, and like it was so tight, Japanese size.
Yeah. Yeah. There I have a Japanese Hakusho shirt that's a size LL and it's supposed to be like between large and XL and I just do not like how it fits at all. So it's still sitting in my stack of for sale stuff.
Do you try stretching it?
No,
Dude, stretch it, dude.
I haven't stretched anything.
Stretch it. It's so easy. Just like hot water or warm water and conditioner. And just put it in for like 40 minutes to an hour.
I'll just ship my stuff to you and you can stretch it.
All right, I get a service fee.
Yep, I'll pay you.
$60 a shirt.
And if you mess it up, then you have to give me something back.
Oh fuck yeah! I'll give you
Have
some.
you ever ruined anything by stretching it?
So like, uh, there was like a T. I forgot which one, but like the graphic was a little warped because I was like making it too wide or something. But it's like an art. While it's wet, you gotta like make sure like you're happy with the graphic layout,
Hmm.
especially if it's like a square graphic. You don't want it to be like uneven.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like a practice, you know.
I've heard that people, when they stretch shirts, will sit on it with their knees, like on the graphic, so that the graphic stays in place, and then they stretch the rest of the shirt while they're on top of it. I've researched it so much, but I'm just too scared to do it. So.
Just do it on like a shirt, like a medium you have that you don't care too much about. Just practice, you know.
If I have mediums, it's because I needed the print and it was hard to find in larger XL, so I'd be too scared to do that. One of the mediums I have is that Ghost Rider one with that glows in the dark, and
Oh,
it's
like
like Raiders of the
transformation?
Lost Ark. Yeah, the face melting is so good.
Oh yeah, I think Chris has that one, Vintage Marble Addict, on medium too,
Yeah.
or he had it. I forgot.
Future Past had one in large, and I told him I'd give him mine plus like a considerable amount of money, and he said he'd rather have the large. And I was like, well, if you're just trying to sell it, then sell my medium, and you can have some money for the large. But
Yeah,
he didn't take the bait.
it's hard to trade with him like through DMs. I feel like it seems easier when I see his lives.
I've only ever traded with him. I don't think I've ever bought anything from him.
Yeah, me too. It's usually a trade or a cash plus trade. Never like, except a Spawn tee. Yeah, I bought like one or two Spawn comic tees from him for like 150, which was like a decent price.
I know nothing about the Spawn world, really.
Dude, Spawn's so good. Anyone who's hearing this, watch the Spawn HBO series. It's on YouTube. And if you liked the '90s Batman the animated series cartoon, you'll love Spawn. It's like that on crack, like way more blood and shit. It's so good.
I'm gonna have to check that out. While you're on HBO, also watch The Leftovers.
Dude, yeah, you
It's
told
just
me
a
about
great
that.
show. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. It's probably like 40 hours to get through the whole series, and my girlfriend and I watched it in a week.
It's like a post-apocalyptic show, kind of, right?
Well, kind of. It's like 2% of the world disappears
Mm.
suddenly, and
Just
it
2% disappears, or 2% is
yeah,
left.
but when you think about 2%, it's a lot of people. Like it would affect almost everybody because you would know someone that had someone disappear on them,
Yeah,
whether
it's just
it's
like
like
so
your
random. You're like, what the fuck happened?
yeah, and there's no explanation as to why. So it just really messes up people psychologically. And it's about this cop in this small town in upstate New York, I think, and how the people in the town are dealing with it. And like there's this cult that's based around like this religious idea that why people disappeared. It's I don't know. It's a lot to describe because
Mm.
there's a lot going on in the show, but it's really good.
Yeah, so we're gonna do like this was I guess our segment for the picks of the week, where we
Yep.
just like shout out some shows or recommend some shows, music, movies to people if they're like bored in quarantine, don't have anything to watch, or are watching The Office for the 15th time.
Yeah.
Some just
Yeah.
shows.
So these are our picks of the week, right?
Yeah,
So we're
picks of
calling
the
it
week. Yeah, picks of the
picks of
week.
the week.
For music, I've just been bumping a lot R&B.
Hell
Like
yeah.
Majid Jordan, the album Majid Jordan, their first debut album on repeat. That album is so fucking good.
That's one of my favorites, honestly. I bought tickets to see them at First Avenue. It's a venue in downtown Minneapolis, and with the tickets they sent me two copies of the CDs. So
Wow, damn, that's lit.
I was just like that was my car CD for a while. I love that album.
I gotta buy it on vinyl, definitely. That's like one of my favorite albums.
Hmm. It's a good listen from front to back too.
Yeah, 100%. Like you can watch it straight through. Like I don't need to skip any songs.
Right.
Those are like the my favorite albums, right? I don't have to skip a song.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I listened to the new Kehlani album this morning.
mm.
It was okay. Nothing really stood out, but
Yeah, did you listen to the Drake album? I listened to a couple songs.
I didn't like it that much. But I need to revisit it. I always have to listen to
It's
something
just
like three or four times.
yeah, after Nothing Was the Same, I don't think I've really been into an album since then.
Really. And if you're reading this, it's too late. Was one of my favorites of his, I think.
Oh,
And that
that
came after Nothing Was the Same.
the quote unquote album that was like a mixtape, but he used it to get out of
Right.
uh Birdman? No, wait, is that his name? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to get
Yeah, the
out.
Young Money.
Yeah, he wanted to get out from the record label, so he released it as an album, but it was like against his contract or something. A lot of
That was
drama.
yeah, a random like shock drop on like a Wednesday night or something. I
Yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
being in
yeah.
college and
That was freshman year for me. I was like hyped.
yeah, I
10
downloaded it
bands,
illegally, I
20
think. And
bands.
then
Yeah, yeah.
it didn't work, so then I ended up just buying it. It was one of the few like digital like only digital albums I own because I think it's dumb to buy stuff only digital
Yeah, 100%.
because
Yeah.
it's like what am I even owning? The rights to just listen to this? Like I don't have something physical. It doesn't really exist in
Yeah,
my
you
mind.
just gotta wait. Like me and my friends like got really into, or I wasn't that into hip hop. Like I liked Eminem and Dr. Dre and stuff before going to college. But my freshman year roommates, they were like really into hip hop, and like when like a big album released, like one of my friends would like he wouldn't care. He would like spend $10 on the album, and we would just have this listening session, just like listening to the entire album and talking about it. And I specifically remember that album, the Drake album, reading "It's Too Late," and the unreleased tracks for Kendrick Lamar, Untitled.
Yes.
And dude, on that album, I was just like waiting for J. Cole to come in, cause like there's this song that's on YouTube that someone filmed at like a 7-Eleven in like Compton, I think, that Schoolboy Q was at with Kendrick, and I think J Rock was there too.
Hmm.
And there was this song, I forgot the name of it. It's on YouTube somewhere. Um, and it was like J Cole and Kendrick, like just like it was so fucking good.
Was that the same year too that Born Sinner came out? Because I
I th-
remember that
I
being
think I think it's around that time. Yeah, it's definitely
yeah.
old. It's like when Kendrick and J Cole didn't have dreads.
Yeah. Before they grew out the hair.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Born Sinner was a great album. I listened to that one a lot.
Dude, every J Cole album is great, but personally, I love features
Hmm.
and like good features, like not OD, like Travis Scott, where he has like, or Kanye, he has like 40 features on one song.
Yeah.
I just
No,
want
I agree with that. Like a
one or
well-placed
two.
feature.
Yeah, 100%.
Hmm. Except I will say if you throw Ty Dolla Sign on any song, it takes it from a B to an A. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he's my favorite feature for any song, his
He's
vocals.
he's hella good with chorus. And now for our last or second to last segment, I want to do pickups of the week. As vintage T-shirt hoarders, we definitely have to keep our addiction going by picking up T-shirts almost every week. And so, Thrifty Maniac, what did you pick up this
Right.
week, if you did any?
The pickups were kind of light. I had the Ghost in the Shell double of the blue shirt, the crisper one compared to my really beat up one. Yeah, like bodies just getting made in that factory or
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the intro
that's a sick
sequence.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just posted that picture, right? Like the
Yep.
new and old. Like
Yep.
one was
Yesterday.
definitely in a dryer forever, and the other one was in someone's like closet or like attic.
Shout out to Vintage Boy for the original faded one that I got because that one is
Dude,
it's so
shout out
beautiful in
Vintage
its
Boy.
own like respect. Like it's so good, but I needed one that was newer because it looks like a completely different shirt.
Yeah, and then there's someone in the DMs like asking, "Why are you doubling up?"
It's like you're not gonna sell one. It's like no. And they're like, but you have two. It's like yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
people
point?
people get mad tight about that. It's just like, dude, I feel like it would motivate me to try even harder to like find it.
Yeah. No,
Like seeing PB's like insane Mononoke collection.
yeah. She
Like
had
that just
two of everything almost.
yeah, that was crazy. That was like I was like fuck, and then she got like a annoying like hate comment, or it was like what's the point of like doubling up? That's greedy. I'm like, dude, like it's just a fucking t-shirt.
Right.
Like she's not like reselling it. She's keeping it because she has an emotional attachment to the movie.
Right. And
You know,
that's
like
another
yeah.
distinction. Like someone on one of the Facebook groups I'm in for the vintage shirts and stuff,
Mm.
a guy posted a stack of shirts and he was like, people flexing their doubles and killing the market value on their own shirts, they're idiots. And I was like, well, I post doubles all the time, but my intention isn't to sell them. So like that's just the
Yeah,
clear distinction between you and me. Like all you think about is the market value of something.
yeah. I feel like some people really it's their business. I would say 100%, but like some people get too caught up in the money, and some people like really love the t-shirts for the
Hmm.
t-shirts, and like they also like the money part of it because it's like rare and hard to find. That's like definitely an aspect of vintage t-shirts. Because if all these t-shirts were in Hot Topic, I don't think this community would exist.
Right, exactly. And at one
Yeah,
point, a lot of these were in Hot Topic. Have you ever seen the picture from like the
yeah,
mid
yeah, yeah.
90s where it's all of the Nirvana shirts? And I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they sold anime shirts there too back in the day.
but like there are a lot of Nirvana shirts out there, but just the market is crazy for Nirvana and even rap tees.
Yep.
Like the supply is so high, but the demand is even higher
Well,
because it's such a general music genre that more people are into.
the rap tee phenomenon is really interesting because it's not something that someone really would have anticipated having a lot of value in the future versus like what's a really big band like Coldplay. Like if you have a
Mm.
Coldplay shirt, maybe in 20 years it'll be worth a lot of money. Maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah,
for the
maybe.
rap
Yeah,
t-shirts, it's just like these parking lot shirts. That's
yeah,
literally
hundred
what they're
percent.
called.
Yeah,
Like these people made these bootlegs and sold them outside of the concert venue.
for like $10, like $20.
And it wasn't a licensed run or anything. And they've just, it's like this whole subculture now.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. My pickups. Did you have any other pickups, or that was
Yeah, I'll
it?
keep it short. I got,
You got one for Espionage almost
yep,
coming tomorrow, right?
espionage. I got my bateau. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's Bateau.
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 Yeah, so I got the double of that one in Fashion Victim. My other one is Fruit of the Loom. So I needed to
Yeah,
double up on that
mine's
one.
supposed to come. Mine's supposed to come today. I'm hyped on that.
Yeah, mine too. Oh wait, no.
Never selling.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, I was trying to get that from you.
Yeah, but Espionage hooked it up.
Yeah, you did. Um, and then I have some other stuff coming next week, so I'll wait on that.
Yeah, this week I had a crazy haul. I got an Image Comics tee from Grill on Grill, which had like Spawn and the other characters on it, and Spawn unmasked, and you could actually see Spawn. It's not like the giant tag Rage tees where it's like in the shadows. Which I'm hyped on that one. I got what else did I get? I got Night Stalkers tee, which like, dude, in person that tee's insane. Like blade on a t-shirt. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like fuck yeah, I'm never selling that
Did you
or
get that one
trading
from
that.
Addict? Where'd you get that one from?
No, I got that from Grill on Grill too. I did like a big trade with him.
Got you. Shout out Grail on Grail.
Shout out Grill on Grill. He's always like, I love his page because it's super refreshing. It's like literally refreshes every week.
Mm-hmm.
There's new shit that comes in and out.
Yep.
Definitely one of my favorite accounts to follow. And oh, I did like on Virtual Flea. I bought 2 shirts, actually 3 shirts technically from Vintage Gene. Shout out Vintage Gene, big Marvel guy. Got an X Force DS and MF Doom shirt, which I'll have to about.
Yeah.
And that Gen 13 Janet Jackson homage shirt. This
When
is
he
crazy.
unboxed that in his live, I was like, wow, I didn't
Dude,
know that existed.
dude, same, dude. I like literally looked it up because Gen 13 shirts are like okay,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, he's probably not selling that. I was in, I think, the post office or the bank in line. I was like, I can't miss this. And like right before I had to be called up to the teller, I was like, oh fuck, that's amazing. And I messaged him, and he's like, oh, I'm actually letting this go. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll cop right now. I don't care. Got that stemless check.
Yep.
And then I think, oh, I got the Doom bootleg from Yoma
Yes.
with the crew neck, which is pretty sick because it's screen printed.
I've been sleeping on some of these bootleg drops. Like that one, I didn't get to them in time to get an XL. And then you got the only sweatshirt, so I was like,
Yeah, I
all
was
right, I'll
like,
catch the next one then.
yeah, I wasn't planning on buying the t-shirts. I was like, all right, it's a vintage crew neck. I'm on the East Coast.
Yep.
It gets brick out here. Like, I should cop. It's $80. Like, fuck it.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Yeah,
Nice.
I think.
It's a good week.
Yeah. Solid. Oh wait, fuck yeah! I got the Shinji solo shirt from Espionage.
There you go.
Shout out Espionage. He's the OG, and like his collection's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he hooked it up on that Shinji. He could have charged me honestly double that price.
Yep. Shout out. We sold us teas on the same day, I think. So
I know, yeah. I was like a little nervous because he like replies so late,
yeah.
and I never bought from him before. So I was like, I'm always nervous when it comes to that because I'm very
Right.
I need my tracking right now.
Yeah, especially when it's like something so big like that
Yeah.
you've been looking for a long time, and
Like Cash App, friends and family, you're like, fuck, I'm
yeah.
never gonna see that money. PayPal can't help me.
Yeah, I don't care who it is. Like even if I've dealt with you a bunch, like just send me the tracking when you can, please. Keep me
Yeah,
updated
100%.
in a timely manner.
And I guess yeah, our last segment is just like shouting out each of us shouts out a person in the community, and I wanted to shout out D's T's. He's a Marvel head and an anime head, and he's like always down to trade, which I love.
Yeah,
And
me and him chop it up a lot, and for the same
yeah,
reason.
he's a super cool dude.
Yeah, because he always has stuff that I'm into, stuff I'm looking for, and vice versa. So we've done quite a few deals. And I wanted to shout out Otaku Bell for selling me my very first Gundam shirt and always being a homie and chopping it up, answering questions whenever I've got them. He's a great resource and he's got a great account. So if you don't follow him, I'm guessing the people that are listening to this probably already do, go check him out.
And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in to this weird podcast we're doing, I guess. We'll definitely improve. We're just doing this for fun, probably once a week. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some guests on, and then we'll just like chop it up with them about random topics and like what they're like watching, listening, wearing. Everyone out there, stay safe. Thank you for watching, and have a good watching or listening. Have a good day. Peace.